Pisces, welcome to your July bonus reading. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is Gypsy Insights Tarot, and I hope that you are doing all very well and that this finds you happy, open, receptive to the messages that are coming through from Spirit. For Pisces, this is Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. My Moon and Venus are also welcome here. So Pisces, using the Crow Tarot today. I haven't used this in ages, so let's see what the messages are today from our lovely bird spirits. So let's see. For Pisces, let's drop these messages down. I want to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. I really do appreciate your support, Pisces. I'm offering very, very limited personal readings at the moment. Very limited. So if you're interested, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. But there are limited spots available. So just to let you know that. Alright, I don't want anyone to be disappointed, but at the same time, it is what it is, guys. Alright, let's see. When it comes to your overall energy here, Pisces, let's take a look for July. Alright, we've got two, so I'm going to take them. We've got doing things the right way. Okay, learning to create what it is that you desire. And uncertainty. Alright, uncertainty about how to go about that. It can be about difficulty making a decision, choosing the right way versus the wrong way. Let's see, right in the center, we do have the wheel here. Got the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune, constantly spinning, constantly in motion. Are you going to ride this wave, or are you going to not commit to it? Are you going to not exactly fight it, but just allow it to kind of ramble along with this uncertain energy, Pisces? Let's have a look and see. Temptation. Well, Pisces, you may have a lot of temptation around you, distractions, temptation to do things perhaps the wrong way, temptation to get involved with some kind of havoc, or it feels a little cheeky. It feels like doing things that upset the balance. I don't know, guys. Spirit is kind of cautioning you to make sure that you do things the right way, that you play things by the book with that energy. It feels like a turning point, a choice point with that Wheel of Fortune. So let's talk a little bit more about the right way. Pisces, the feeling that is around this of you do want to get through to the other side of a situation with that wheel. You do. And in the past, we do have judgment. Yes. So doing things the legal way, making sure that things are done the right way. Yes. Wanting to get through to the other side of a situation, but there is uncertainty there. You do want to walk through that gateway, that transition. You do. You want to have an impact. You want to be included. You want to be part of activities. You want to have an influence on the world. Some of you are influencers or working towards having some sort of impact or influence. And there's an energy here of a willingness to learn. The flip side of this with the Wheel of Fortune is leaving things all up to chance, or leaving things all up to fate. Waiting rather than acting. Thinking rather than doing. Being a bit dreamy rather than practical. The temptation here may be to get caught up in drama, watching drama on the TV, all of that kind of thing. We do have the Seven of Wands, but it's in reverse. So, this choice point. I see you standing at this choice point, Pisces, and needing to organize. And for Pisces, that can be a little bit difficult because you'd rather be in the dream state, you'd rather be fantasizing about what could be rather than the mundane practicalities of the things that need to be done right in the moment. And I get it, I completely understand Pisces. But rather than leaving things up to chance or fate here, you're being asked to be more of, rather than a casual observer, you're meant to be an active participant in your own life here, making some tough choices with that Judgment card. Absolutely. And needing to cut out certain things that have been blocking you. Yeah. From making practical decisions and taking practical steps towards actualizing what you want here. You know, you're learning to create what it is that you desire and to get out of this uncertain phase of your life here, Pisces. We do have the Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I feel that you're really, rather than concentrating on fighting the wheel, instead you're learning how to give up with battles and fights that aren't yours. You know, you're really focusing on the things that matter. I'll give you for example. Let's say that, you've got this Temptations card here. So, Pisces, you do have a lot that you're thinking about at one time. And you can lose focus there. It can become so unfocused that you lose track of your last thought. You know, you can set off on a priority and then get so distracted that next minute you're veering off in another way completely, and you've forgotten the whole point of the first thing that you were going towards. So Spirit is asking you to put the blinders on when it comes to temptations and refocus your energy on what really matters. Don't worry about fighting battles that aren't yours to fight. Don't worry about fighting other people's battles. Don't worry about fighting battles with an invisible enemy, you know? That kind of energy that I'm picking up. Your best path to follow here is we've got the Knight of Pentacles. All right, well, yeah. I mean, that's what I've been saying here all along, is taking things step by step, prioritizing. It's not such a sexy thing, it's not an exciting thing, but it's something that we have to do, every single one of us, in order to get out the other side of something. So if you're thinking, gosh, you know, I really do want to see myself on the other side of some chaos or some personal challenges here, but I don't quite know how to get there, Spirit is saying, write down a list of your priorities at this time. Like, let's say you need to really make X amount of dollars. That could be at the top of your list. Some of you may be thinking about ways that you could pare down expenses, things that you don't really need at this time, so that you can get a tight hold on bills, money, you know, because you want what's coming in to either match or exceed what is going out. I mean, it stands to reason, right? But Pisces, you can tend to get distracted by some things that needn't be a priority at this time. They may seem important to you in a moment, but then when you look back, like the day after, you tend to look back and say, oh, well, maybe I actually didn't need that, or maybe I actually shouldn't have done that, but you may be very hesitant to admit that. Yeah, you may admit it to yourself deep down, but I don't feel that there's any kind of speaking out loud the things that perhaps you've done as a result of a temptation. Yeah? When we talk about uncertainty, well, it's pretty much as it is, but the main feeling that I'm getting around uncertainty is when you receive advice or when you receive messages, maybe even from yourself, good advice coming from yourself, you don't trust it, or you're very uncertain about it. Yeah, but Spirit is saying maybe try things a different way. If things haven't been working for you in the recent past, maybe take this. It's not criticism. I feel it's helpful advice. I mean, criticism has it toes a fine line, doesn't it, between helpful advice and criticism for criticism's sake. But I feel like this is more self-critique rather than coming from outside. I feel it's you criticizing yourself and finding yourself wanting, which is kind of a bit self-sabotaging, really. So Spirit is asking you to do things, to try, so you don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Try, and if it doesn't succeed, so what? At least you've tried, right? You don't have to be perfect all the time, and you don't have to do things with a certainty of success. Now, life isn't certain, and life doesn't guarantee us anything. But we have to try, right? If we don't try, then we stay in an energy of feeling like something's missing. So the right way here is a way which is making sure that everything that you do is on the up and up, that you do everything for the right reasons. Yes. I feel like Spirit is offering you advice on what empowerment is on offer for you at the moment. But it's not an easy, quick, or it's not something that other people can do for us. It has to be something that's learned with that Knight of Pentacles. And that can be a bit trickier, more arduous, harder, but doing things the hard way is the right way. You know, it's the only way that we learn. If we do things, if we trick, if we manipulate, if we cajole, if we try to get things that the easy way. I mean, you know, whatever that means. It doesn't mean that you've gone around manipulating people, Pisces. Some of you who are cross-watching may have experienced that with someone, but for my Pisces here that are watching, it's more of a subtle energy. You know, especially if you're a very good-looking person. You know, beauty is a funny old thing. It can be a curse, but it can most often be a blessing. Certainly, and those of us who haven't been blessed with the genetic lottery there know that life is indeed hard. Yes, life is indeed hard. But for those of us who are blessed with genetics, or have made ourselves beautiful, it's not always about genetics, is it? It can be things that we do artificially to make ourselves appear more attractive to people around us. It can be a tricky kind of energy, because I think that when we see people that seem to get things easier in the world, they tend to be the beautiful people, right? They tend to be the people who appear to be a certain way. Yes, it's just the way of the world. I mean, we can deny it all we want, but the truth is the truth, and the truth is out there. Yeah, but it can be a curse. Because it can mean that getting things easier means that we don't have to ever feel like we're really truly challenged. And for some of you, you're trying to get past that kind of energy. You're challenging yourself to do things more for yourself rather than expecting other people to do it for you, Pisces. Yeah, we do have the Ace of Cups here, but it's showing up in the reverse. I feel like there's an energy of draining. Now, I don't feel that this is you. I feel that it's an energy around you. So draining kindness, draining compassion, draining the energy of people around you, Pisces. I don't feel you're doing it intentionally. But putting the onus or the everything onto other people to be responsible for you, your life, for your decision making, people generally want to help, and they want to help you, but there can be a point where that help becomes a curse rather than a blessing, because it allows you to get things easier than if you had to actually push hard, push through, and get to the other side yourself through making difficult choices. And I think at the moment you're being forced to make some difficult choices for yourself, and that is indeed the right way. Yeah. If you're willing to try, practice, and if you're willing to make mistakes along the way, you will become far more powerful, and you will definitely reach the place that you want to be. But I'm sensing an energy here of fear, and we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, that's that comfort zone. It's. I think that you've generally been pretty comfortable here, Pisces. It feels like enjoying things more easy. Yeah, I think that it's become a little bit predictable. Being able to predict an easier way of getting things done. Yeah, I mean, some of you are going to hate this reading, but Pisces, it may be more of a cross-watchers read, because I'm getting an energy here of someone who is very tempting, is very, very good looking. And so there is kind of an ease there, an expectation, maybe even an entitlement. Hate to say that, guys, of expecting things to be simple. It's a little bit of that princess energy, but the princess that never becomes the queen, or the prince that never becomes the king, that never has to really grow up. Yeah, and is uncertain about the right way to do things, because they've had, I don't know, it feels a little bit like something that was meant to be a blessing has become a curse, something that's ruling your life here, Pisces, that's taking over and has caused stagnation. We have we've got the moon here, but the moon is in reverse. And we have the Hierophant as what's hidden. Yeah, some of you, there is advice available. It could come under a more traditional light, like it could be a priest, it could be a counselor, it could be someone who you receive advice from that is, I get a practitioner of some kind. It could be a health practitioner, a doctor, a counselor, a therapist, receiving good advice, but there is fear around following that advice and learning from experiences. Yeah. For some, I think you've wanted things to be much more easier, but the right way is doing it through a channel here where you receive very good advice, and possibly advice along practical ways to overcome some challenges when it comes to health, whether that's emotional, mental, physical, however that is. Certainly it's not about wanting other people to solve your problems here. Now, you do want support. I think you need support, but you need to find not someone who's going to solve all your problems here, but someone who's going to help you through, and someone who's going to listen to you, but you have to also listen to them. It can't be a one-sided energy. You want support, but you have to be willing to apply discipline. Otherwise, nothing will change there. Things will just continue to be the same old, Pisces. Gosh, yeah. Let's get a message here for my Pisces. Freedom. Your freedom to make your own choices. It can be a gift. If you have people around you who are just not able to give you what you need at this present time, You may need to give those people the freedom to get their cup filled back up again. You could have people around you that are claiming to be exhausted, tired. There's a reason for that, guys. It's expending, these people are expending too much energy externally, and they need to bring it back to self. Yeah. And when we come across people who do seek outside validation for everything, it can become very draining. Yeah. So freedom. Giving yourself freedom here is also important. The energy around this particular card, well, it is about no one's obligated to fix anyone else's issues. We have to take accountability and responsibility for our own healing. So there's an energy here of releasing over-attachment. When it comes to that, we'll be more willing to find the blessing in whatever happens, to release attachment to results, to not worry so much about what may or may not happen. Try. See what happens. Be free. Be fearless. In the past, I think that you have held yourself back, but not anymore. Now you have to be brave. Forge your own path. Open the door of your cage, light a torch, gaze forward, like this woman in this card. And anticipate beautiful freedom on the other side. You know, you want to step through that gateway. You want to step through that doorway. So do it. Try. You know, the Wheel of Fortune there is both the going with the flow and an energy of someone making their own way. Choosing your destiny, while releasing an obsession about the details and how things need to be. This is not an energy of needing to prove anything. It just is being, doing, and being a human being, not a human waiting. So set an intention, but don't kill it by needing it to unfold in a precise manner, in a certain time or a certain way. Loosen up your expectations so the universe can flow in and co-create. Enjoy the journey, not so much the destination. You know, your path is your own. So there's no sense in getting caught up in comparing your journey to others. Some of you are very concerned about appearing to fail, but you know what? Failure, of course, leads to success. And what seems like a setback is actually a blessing. So I feel like whatever is around you that is drained and isn't giving anymore, it's actually a blessing, because it's allowing you the freedom to make your own choices as you move towards what it is that your goal is, what your goal was before you got all caught up in all of this other stuff. The ultimate goal, the big thing, the one thing that you truly want in this world is the thing that you need to 100% focus your energy towards. You can control that, but there's also a lot that you can't control in life. But you can control the power of your mind and your thoughts. Rein that in. You know, there are no odysseys that are not beset by detours, seeming mistakes. That's just life. So you may as well get out there, be interested and curious. So you never know what benefits you'll achieve by doing that. You'll find the blessings, you'll find the wisdom that certain things contain, and you'll learn to power your way through challenges. So let go of fear, and you'll find freedom. And freedom will lead you towards what you need to go right now. Pisces, let's see any other messages here, please, for Pisces. Spirit's being a little bit harsh on you here, guys. It's like taking something away so that you can start to take action rather than over-rely on external influences or external validation, needing to know that things are going to be a certain way before you do them. Yeah, leadership, stag spirit. This is what you're meant to be here, Pisces. You're meant to be the leader of your own life, not a follower, or not what other people say you should do. This is about trusting your own instincts, trusting your own judgment. Yeah? Leadership. And for some of you, you're taking the lead in getting yourself some support or assistance, especially if there has been something that has been causing you to delay your progress. Okay, let's see, any other messages here? I'm going to get you a gemstone as well for Pisces for the month of July. Halite. That is a very strong healing energy. Now, 41, if you reduce that, it is 5, which can be a card of challenges, definitely, but halite is a master cleanser. It draws out impurities from our physical, energetic, and soul bodies. It dissolves old patterns, yes. Negative thoughts, toxic emotions, toxic relationships. It promotes emotional well-being. That's what Spirit wants you to work towards, your emotional well-being. That's probably number 1 on your list, guys. Getting yourself healthy emotionally so that you can start to move forward. Halite recognizes that you have some ties, some influences that may be affecting you more than perhaps you recognized. There could be some unacknowledged feelings of abandonment or rejection or emotional neediness. There could be some detrimental energies that could be affecting you, what you're eating, drinking. It could be something that you're putting into your body for some of my Pisces, not all of you. It could even be lustful or jealous feelings, whether that's your own or someone else's towards you. But being a bit spaced out and ungrounded leaves you open to distractions, invasive energy. So it's time for a thorough clear out of your life. That's 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands in reverse, rather. Yeah. Declutter your space. Detox your body, mind, especially when it comes to getting your vitality back. If you've wondered why you've been sluggish, take charge, take the lead, take control. Being anchored to the earth right now during this cleansing process, being grounded, is going to get you through it. It's a very earthy energy. It's base, it's sacral, it's earth star, it's solar plexus energy. Purification. Oh, Pisces, let's see. I'm going to get a card from, let's go on from this deck here. Message for Pisces, please. Yeah, the Wiccan Reed. Yes. I feel that that's attached to that Ace of Cups in the reverse. The Wiccan Reed. Now, the feeling around that one, guys, well, it's a little bit like the medical rules, like the Hippocratic Oath. It's somewhat similar to that, guys. An ethical code, a code of ethics, doing things the right way. There's a right way and a wrong way, but it rather as a safeguard so that you don't harm to yourself. Don't do harm to yourself or to others. It's a positive instruction to live by and promises a way of life that's in tune with the balance of nature. Doing the right thing It's a little bit like karma, I guess. You can be confident that nothing that you do will come back and bite you when you live accordingly to the ethos of the Wiccan Reed and by the law of three. Don't do anyone else harm, and no harm will come back to you. So raise your standards, adopt some ethics, understand the importance of that threefold law and the principle of cause and effect. Live by the Wiccan Reed. Yes. A situation that you may have found challenging may have been as a result of some past actions. So learn from that and move past. Step into the doorway here of doing things the ethical way. Open your heart and trust. Yeah, the Wiccan Reed helps us to understand how to act wisely with everyone around us. It's important to abide by this, for what you give out comes back to you. So, when it comes to doing things in a kind of sneaky way, just don't. There's no point in it. Stop fighting the battles that don't need to be fought here, Pisces. Bide the Wiccan Reed you must. In perfect love and perfect trust, what's sent out must return. By these words live, study and learn. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So basically anything that comes, that you put out of a negative nature towards others, it's not going to be a good result. And it's time to leave that behind and do things the right way so that you can create what it is that you desire here, and don't get distracted by these lower vibrational temptations, Pisces. All right, let's see. Yeah, there we will find delight. A lighter energy brings about all of those things that we struggle with. Unexplained pains. Why does something keep happening to me that seems like completely unexplained? It's because of negative energy that's out there. And you don't have to take that. You don't have to take it on board. Delight in everything in your world. Show delight. Be delighted. Be happy for others, so that they will be happy for you. And gratitude. This is a glorious time. Yeah, gratitude for and delight will go a long way in changing up your vibration. And it looks like you'll be stepping out ready to take on new challenges, new adventures in life, which is, life is meant to be lived, guys. Life is meant to be lived. And let's get one more card for you guys, and I will leave it there for you, Pisces. Message for Pisces, please. Final message here for Pisces. Okay. Show self-respect. Yeah, well, that's basically, the things that we do, if we're tempted to do things from a very low vibrational place, we're not acting from a place of self-respect. So show self-respect here and do the right thing. Have a code of ethics in how you proceed here. And if someone else has a code of ethics, there's an energy there of showing respect for that as well. Respecting that Wiccan Reed here. First, do no harm, and what you put out in the world will come back to you. So make sure it's coming from a very positive place. Wishing the best for others. I'm going to leave it there for you, Pisces. If you'd like a personal reading, I do have some very small spots available, just a few, guys. So you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Or you can go to my Etsy store. The link is down below. And of course, don't forget to press that thumbs up button. Share me on your social media, especially if you know a Pisces that would get something out of this reading. Show me some love by commenting down below, and let me know that you support the channel. And I thank you so much, guys. Please do take care, and bye for now.